Once, in a distant land, there lived a man known as Bluebeard. A man of immense wealth, his castle stood like a fortress upon a lonely hill, its walls lined with treasures from across the world. But none admired his riches without dread, for Bluebeard was a man of mystery, with a past that whispered of secrets too dark to tell. And yet, it was not his fortune alone that set him apart. It was his beard, thick and long, a shade of deep indigo, unnatural yet mesmerizing. Women recoiled at the sight, their instincts warning of something unnatural, something cursed. One day, Bluebeard sought a wife. He turned his attention to a noble household where two young sisters lived under their mother's care. The elder, cautious and shrewd, found him unsettling. The younger, fair and trusting, was drawn to his grandeur. And so, after days of feasts, music, and gifts too lavish to refuse, the younger sister agreed to marry him. With solemn vows exchanged, she left the comfort of her home, taken to his castle, her new world of gold and velvet. Servants obeyed her every whim, and every chamber overflowed with finery beyond imagination. But still, the silence within those vast halls carried an eerie weight. One morning, as he prepared to depart on urgent business, Bluebeard placed a heavy key ring in her hand. "Every door in this castle is yours to open," he told her, his voice smooth but firm. "Explore as you please. But there is one door alone, you must never enter." And with that, he was gone. Days passed, and curiosity took root in the young bride's heart. She wandered through halls adorned with paintings, gold-leafed ceilings stretching above her. She ran her fingers along velvet drapes, stepped into rooms where chandeliers sparkled like diamonds. But no treasure, no luxury could quiet the whisper in her mind. Why? What could possibly lie beyond that forbidden door? At last, she could resist no more. Trembling, she searched through the keys. One stood apart, small, ornate, and ancient. Her hands shook as she fitted into the lock. The door creaked open. The air was heavy, thick with the scent of something metallic, something foul. And then she saw the cold stone floor, slick with darkened stains, and there, lined against the walls, bodies, women, their lifeless eyes frozen in silent screams, their hands stiff as if reaching for help that never came. She staggered back, the horror choking her. The key slipped from her fingers, landing in a pool of crimson. Desperate, she snatched it up, but the stain would not wipe away. The blood clung, deep and unyielding. Panic seized her. She fled, bolting the door behind her, her breath coming in short, sharp gasps. But she was not alone, for Bluebeard had returned. He called her name, his voice laced with knowing. She stepped forward, hiding her trembling hands. But he saw. He always saw. "You entered the room." It was not a question. He held out his hand, demanding the key. Her heart pounded as she backed away, words failing her. "Now, you must die as they did." But before he could strike, a desperate scream tore from her throat, reaching the ears of her visiting brothers. They burst through the doors, swords drawn, fury in their eyes. A battle raged, a clash of steel and roars of rage. Bluebeard fought with monstrous strength, but outnumbered, he fell. His last breath escaped him, and with it, his reign of terror ended. The young bride, shaken but free, inherited the castle, The horrors of the past were buried, the shadows of the forbidden chamber sealed forever. And yet, the legend of Bluebeard lived on. For some doors, once opened, never truly close.